We do have somebody quite fantastic. Ever since I saw her in the musical Ruthless, I've been crazy about her. She's wonderful and but a raucous performer, but deeply sensitive. Tonight she has come to share something very personal with us. So let's all please be gesundheit. Unless that was a cry for help. Let's all please be supportive as we welcome Joan Ryan.
Joan, and I'm a Beltaholic. It all started when I was a little girl. I was always attracted to that great, big, emotional belting voice, the kind that gives you goosebumps. When I was little and I saw The Wizard of Oz, I thought the Wicked Witch was saying, "I'm belting!" I was 5. I guess you could say my brother was my pusher, because he was the one who brought home cast albums of Cabaret and Funny Girl. But then he scored me some Linda Ronstadt, and I was hooked. I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? Cut to my very first apartment in West Hollywood, where I decided that I was going to teach myself how to belt by putting Linda on the record player. Turn it up as loud as it could go and try to match her volume. When I find a new man that I want for mine, he always breaks my heart in two. Happens every time. You know that neighbor from hell? It was me. Only now I was addicted to high C. At first there were the polite pounds on the ceiling, then the police, then the court order. I got kicked out of my apartment. I was out on the street. I had hit bottom, C below middle C. But I didn't care, because I was on a belting high. So I decided to use that high for my very first audition for Larry Kasha, a great big Broadway director. My brother, the pusher, was playing the piano for me. So I walked out on stage. I was scared to death. And I peered out at this little bald man sitting way in the back of the house. And I belted. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You gotta chase all your cares away. Right away, I could see him waving. I waved back. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. He kept waving, I kept belting. We're headed across the river, wash your sins away in the tide. I think I heard him say thank you, and I'm thinking you're welcome, Mr. Kasha. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. And then he stood up, yay, a standing ovation at my first audition. Get ready for the judgment.
Thank you.
I learned something that day. Never tell a director to get happy when he's tearing up your 8x10. My life had become unmanageable. I was out of control. Only now I had cravings to hit D above C. Most girls my age wanted a belt by Armani. I wanted a belt by Betty Buckley. So I decided that I was going to get some rehab, and I was going to try to be a soprano. Glitter and bikini, that's the part I play. That's it, I was a soprano. I went right over to my brother's house to tell him that I was going straight to the net. But he stood there, poised, ready to drop the needle, the record player needle, on the original cast album of a chorus line. And I said, no, Robert, no, please, don't! And then I heard the most beautiful sound I'd ever heard. It was Kay Cole, and she was singing. Everything is beautiful at the ballet. Raise your arms and someone's always there. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet, at the ballet, at the, oh my God. She wasn't just going for a D, she wasn't just going for a C, she was going for an E natural. I needed that E. I needed Patty LuPone as a sponsor. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet, at the ballet, at the which is why I needed to be here today. My name is Joan, and I'm a Beltaholic. I try to keep it between 3.5 octaves now, and I take it one note at a time. I even find serenity in lullabying my beautiful daughters to sleep. Rock-a-bye, baby. Another treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come my daughters are going to need a lot of therapy.